Hello again, it's Rob Crouch here, Motley Fool Canada Member Service Dude. Today we're just going to go to our icon on our desktop here, and we're going to left click on the shortcut I've created on my desktop. We covered that in a previous lesson. I'm going to left click my Stock Advisor Canada shortcut, and that will bring me to the login page. So we'll log in and get right into the premium site. Once we're there, I'm going to draw your attention first to the fact that we're at our Stock Advisor homepage. And it's not always going to have a big Best Buy here. There'll be different images here to catch your eye. Our latest recommendation is always going to be beneath that first image right here under recommendations. And then the most recent updates will be right here. Sometimes they'll be referring to the recommendation. Other weeks, it will be the latest update that came out on that Wednesday. Um, the recommendations come out every second and fourth Wednesday of the month. The Canadian comes out on the second Wednesday, and on the fourth Wednesday is the US recommendation. In the weeks in between come the updates. Wednesday is the general uh, date we focus on, and usually late in the afternoon on those Wednesdays, you will see these things updated. Now, for all the rest of the updates, they're going to be updated and they're going to be stored, uploaded to our site behind this tab here. The recommendations, these things here, the official recommendations are going to be stored here behind this tab. So as I move my mouse over the recommendations tab, you also notice a drop down. First, I'll explain the drop down to you. And these are the issues that came out before November 2014. We used to issue those in PDF format. So I'm going to right click on this button. And then when I get to open link a new tab, I'm going to left click and open that, and a new tab opens up. And you'll notice these are here and they're stored in PDF format. When you click on these, they will actually open up in PDF format. That's how we used to do them. We've made some improvements, and nowadays you have them loaded up to a web page instead. I want to left click here on recommendations, and you see what the recommendations page looks like. So this was just by left clicking on here, or alternatively, if I had wished to, I could have gone all the way back to the home page, and I could have moved my mouse here to recommendations. I could have right clicked again, hovered over this, open link a new tab, click left click now, and a new tab would have opened. Yes, I'm rehashing some of the old tricks again. And I left click on that tab, and we are at the page. Here's where all the recommendations are. The latest is always at the top of the page, and then they go backwards in chronological order. I'm grabbing my scroll bar here. I'm left clicking it now and just pulling it down the page to move quickly. And I move my mouse over. You'll notice these pages are numbered. So there are many pages here with updates going all the way back to the inception of our service. Everything is stored here for you. From the moment you join our service, you have access to everything that we've ever published. So that's the recommendations and how they work. Next is the updates page. So I hover the mouse over the updates button, and I'm just going to left click this time. So it's just going to change this tab to the updates page. And now you see the updates laid out in a similar fashion as the recommendations were, going backwards again, chronological order. And again, by left clicking on the scroll bar and pulling it down, you'll notice there are many, many, many pages worth of updates. Again, you don't need to read all this stuff. There's way too much stuff for any one person to possibly read, but you're going to find over time as you follow our service, you're going to take an interest in certain companies, and eventually you'll invest in those, and then you're going to want to track those companies and read up on them. And then it's going to be most interesting to you when there are updates or recommendations related specifically to the investments you've chosen to focus on. Ideally, at the Motley Fool, we recommend folks build up portfolios of anywhere between 15 and 30 stocks. It takes time to build that out. We do usually recommend folks try and build them out to about 10, 15, a little bit more quickly, and you can take just small positions in those just to diversify a little bit right off the bat. But again, it's more important to take your time, learn, read at our site, and just sort of get comfortable with the whole idea. Now with the updates button, also you've got the regular updates here. Earnings season, by the way, you're going to notice a lot of updates come out really quick during earnings season. That'll go on for a couple of weeks every quarter. And again, focus on the companies you're most interested in. Don't feel the pressure to read everything. No investor generally does that, or at least very few do. Um, the other things that you'll see on the drop-down menu here are stocks on our radar. And stocks on our radar, I'm going to right-click and I'm going to open that. And I'm going to left-click on the tab so we can go see what we've got here. Stocks on the radar on our radar are companies that Ian and his team are looking at as possible future recommendations. These are not official recommendations. They are not tracked as though they were recommended. They are not followed as closely long term. Sometimes they'll just drop off the radar altogether. So keep that in mind going forward. Also, there's another tab here, Best Buys Now. This time I'm going to left click it. So just this is going to change this tab into that page. And Best Buys Now are the best place for new money. So if you want to put new money down right now, this is the most recent. It's December 2nd. Ian and the team have just reviewed some companies, thought them over, and decided that these are right now the best places for new money. And that's always handy to know if you're considering adding sometime soon. Starting next lesson, I'm going to go into the scorecard, and the scorecard is going to help you help you streamline your attention. So with that scorecard, you'll be able to use it as a central hub to focus on your companies. I'll show you how to click on the companies that you've chosen to focus on and get taken directly to that company page where all of the updates and everything relevant to those given companies will be stored. And that makes things much easier for you as you go forward to keep track of. It's a wonderful, wonderful tool, and we'll get into that next lesson. In the meantime, folks, Fool on.